Hey there, I am the real Jason Duncan. Welcome to another video that we release every single week called Weekly Wisdom for Business Leaders. If you're not following the hashtag, make sure you follow the hashtag Weekly Wisdom. You can follow it on here on YouTube, you can follow it on Instagram, and you can follow it on LinkedIn. And if you haven't connected with me on any of those platforms, make sure you go do that. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right now, if you're watching on YouTube, just go hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time new content is released. If you're not watching it on YouTube, you can go over to youtube.com/C/TheRealJasonDuncan and you can subscribe there. We release this content every single Monday on the wisdom of Solomon from Proverbs, and we're trying to take this information and figure out how do we put this into terms for business leaders today. Today we're going to be talking about integrity. But before we get into the tip for integrity for business leaders today and weekly wisdom for business leaders, I want to talk about results through integrity. Results Through Integrity is a coaching and consulting platform that I founded in the year 2020 as a way to work with business leaders and entrepreneurs who want to reverse engineer their systems and processes so that they can get to their goals faster. We even have an entire RTI certified coach program. So if you're interested in looking at hiring a business coach from Results Through Integrity, reach out to me or one of my coaches at resultsthroughintegrity.com, and you can book a free 20-minute compatibility meeting to talk to any of our business coaches just to see if what we do is compatible with what you're trying to accomplish. Every business leader, every entrepreneur needs a business coach. So whether you get one through our company or another one, you really do need one. So if you want to look at us, go to resultsthroughintegrity.com and we'd be happy to book a free 20-minute compatibility meeting with you to see if we can help you. Now let's go ahead and get on with today's tip. All right, today's video, we're on week 13. We're going to be talking about the concept of integrity. And this is actually part one of this integrity. There's going to be a second part that's going to come later because integrity, as you're going to find out, shows up a lot in the book of Proverbs. So we're at Proverb 10:9, and it says this: "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out." Now, King Solomon, who's the author of the Old Testament book of Proverbs, really knew about integrity. It's one of the most often mentioned characteristics of those he wrote about who succeed in life and business. Now, depending upon which translation you read of the book of Proverbs, the word integrity appears as many as 12 times throughout the book. And each time the concept of integrity appears in the book of Proverbs, it's mentioned in a positive light. Now, typically, it's juxtaposed against the concepts of crookedness or wickedness or foolishness. So you got to ask yourself, which side of that comparison do you want to live on? Integrity means adherence to moral or ethical principles, and it refers to soundness of moral character, and of course it speaks of the concept of honesty. But it means also to be of sound or unimpaired judgment, or to be sound or to be unimpaired, or to be in a perfect condition. Let me give you an example. Scientists say that a series of slits, not a giant gash, sank the Titanic. The opulent 900-foot cruise ship sank in 1912 on its first voyage from England to New York, and 1,500 people died in the worst maritime disaster of the time. And the most widely held theory was that the ship hit an iceberg which opened up a huge gash in the side of the liner. But an international team of divers and scientists used sound waves to probe the wreckage buried in the mud under 2.5 miles of water. Their discovery? The damage was surprisingly small. Instead of a huge gash, they found 6 relatively narrow slits across the 6 watertight holds. Now, essentially, the lack of integrity in the ship's hull caused it to sink. Small damage, invisible to most, can sink not only a great ship, but a great reputation or a great company. According to Solomon, integrity leads to security, and he compared that to the one who lives with a lack of integrity, saying that eventually, if you have lack of integrity, you're going to be found out. So just like the lack of integrity in the hull of the Titanic, what we are made of, what we're truly made of, will be on full display if we lack integrity. Integrity is something that your business cannot live without. For with integrity, we can grow, we can flourish, we can change the world. Without it, we will only look good from the outside. And then when we hit troubles, we're done for. We must never underestimate the need to be committed to our moral and ethical principles. And likewise, we must also never underestimate our need to be sound and unimpaired. We must be committed to consistency, to good processes, to high standards, to hard work, and to excellence. And that ship will sail. Thank you for tuning in for this week's Weekly Wisdom for Business Leaders. If you're a business leader who is finding great help from this content, please drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys who are watching this. So please put a comment in the video notes below on the comment section. And if you want to reach out to me through LinkedIn or Instagram at @TheRealJasonDuncan, I would love to engage with you. So thank you for being here. I'll see you next Monday on another Weekly Wisdom for Business Leaders. And until then, remember, Jesus is King.